So good day guys, welcome back. So if you are new and you know you've not clicked on that subscribe button, make sure you click on that subscribe button. I need you to actually subscribe to this channel. Like and also make your comments. I'd love to watch out for it. So let's take a look at GBP PS for this week. We'll take a look at this Euro GBP to GBP AUD to GBP New Zealand dollar to GBP CAD to GBP Swiss franc. First of all, Euro GBP. So we will start from the higher time frame downward to the 4-hour time frame, and it will be a quick analysis. So this monthly time frame, we would highlight some key levels. So we've taken this level up here as our resistance. We can see that this level has rejected here multiple times. We can also see that price came to these same levels, right? And we saw it on the monthly time frame though, price has rejected its level. And we saw it down, same thing, price has rejected this level that is down here. We can now take this price rejecting this resistance and support level, right? So this is the period of 2016, right? I think this movement started since 2016. We've been seeing this market up and down movements. So you can now see that this price from here rejected from this, came to support level. Now it has gone up to our resistance level on Euro GBP, right? After it has come to the resistance level, of course, what do you expect this movement to be made next? We expect it to actually drop further down to this support level. Then once it has gotten to this support level, then we will be expecting it to actually go bullish again on this on this Euro GBP. So above all, Euro GBP, you are on a bearish move. So this is the month of December, right? This is 12, right? Euro GBP have already given us a bearish move, right? So this is the month of November. We kind of opened and closed bullish. Though Euro GBP actually went up bullish, then price kind of dropped there. We can see this huge candlestick rejection as huge candlestick week. Yeah, we can consider it as a pullback. Price kind of drop, kind of went up, kind of, which is more visible in the daily time frame though. Price rejected and drop. So we are now on a bearish move. We want to see this Euro GBP just further to this support level. I think we will continue that bearish move the next 2023, right? Let's see if we're able to hit it by next year, 2023. So that should now take us to the weekly time frame, because we want to analyze it from this week. We would want to know where this price will be moving for the weekly, not on the monthly, right? So for the weekly time, which is this week, so we would want to take a look at this moving average, which is 10 period moving average. I'm using 10 period moving average. So those of you that know how to trade this moving average, you all know that once this price is below the 10 period moving average, we are on a bearish move, right? We have to sell. But once it is above it, we are on a bullish move. We have to go long. So we will take this as a loss. We would now see this as a correction. We will take this as a loss again. Here comes the correction. Price came to reject. Now we are seeing a new loss. And if you notice this, why, if you are to zoom in, you will know that this previous loss has been broken. This loss here, a new loss has been made that has broken this previous loss. So what do we expect this Euro GBP to make now? We expect a further loss again to be made before we kind of have like a pullback, which will be bullish. Then once the pullback has occurred, maybe then again we can now have another drop. So this Euro GBP, we still expect a further drop. So that is to tell you that this week we are on a bearish move. This week we should be expecting a bearish move. Notice, but 3 weeks ago we actually opened and closed bearish. 2 weeks ago we actually opened and closed bearish. The week that just finished, we opened and closed bearish. Now this week that we are predicting for, we are trying to aim for, we are expecting a bearish move on Euro GBP. So I just don't know how you want to play the trade, or how you want to take this trade. But this week we should expect our price to open and close bearish. So now let's see what this daily time frame actually says. So you are seeing rejection here around this level, right? We saw price came to this same level, rejected. We saw price came to this level, rejected. We see price came to this level, rejected. So I personally just see this as a pullback. Reason is that if you have to take a look at this moment on Euro GBP, you take this as a lows, you will see this as a lower highs. Then here comes the new lows, right? You will see this as a new lows. Here comes the correction, new lows that broke this previous lows, correction, right? A new lows here have been made. You see that these new lows have broken this previous lows. So expect a correction on this Euro GBP. After the correction has been made, or once the correction is over, then expect a continuous bearish move on Euro GBP. So above all, this Euro GBP, we would still expect a bearish move, especially on this daily time frame. And also notice that this price is still below the 10 period moving average. Until this price kind of breaks above this moving average, then we might reconsider taking shots in this trade. But as long as it is still below this 10 period moving average, I still see this as a bearish move. Now let's see what this 4-hour time frame actually says. So 4-hour time frame, still the trend, bearish move. You can see this trend is bearish. Even from here also, you can still see it is bearish. So still a confirmation we are bearish, and we can still see it below the 10 period moving average. So since this price is still below our 10 period moving average, euro gbp bearish. So this week we are expecting a bearish move from the monthly time frame down to the 4-hour time frame. We expect to short. That should now take us to the next one, which is gbp aud. So I mean, this GBP you kind of have like this similar movement. You know, we are seeing a bullish move on AUD, right? Especially AUD USD, and we can see a bullish move on GBP AUD above all. But what this GBP AUD is kind of is still showing us is a bullish move. I told you guys last week, right, when we did this analysis, I told you that we would be expecting a bullish move on GBP AUD. I told you that we would want to take out this level that I've highlighted, which is more visible on the daily time frame. We will get into that later. So I told you guys we'll be expecting a bullish move. Now we've gotten this bullish move. So is this bullish move over? Well, I don't think so. But once I know that the bullish move will soon be over, we will be expecting a further drop again on GBP. So be very, very careful for it. And this week, I don't think there would be much movement on this GBP AUD. Well, I don't think. But if there's a much movement, then fine, no problem. But I don't think it will happen. But let's see this monthly time frame though. We are still expect this is still a bullish move, and let's see it to go further up. Further bullish move needs to be made on GBP AUD. So we can now see that this price is still above our moving average on the monthly time frame. So we need to still consider this as a bullish move. That should take us to the weekly time frame. So what was the weekly time frame says? We can see the weekly time frame. Price is still above our moving average. So I told you guys that we will be expecting a rejection here on the weekly time frame. One of the reasons is that we saw price has rejected here twice. We saw price came here. We saw this huge red candlestick wick here. The price gave us a green candlestick that went up. We saw this huge red candlestick. Now I told you guys for the week that just finished that we expect a price to come to this same level again. Now price has gotten to this level, so be expecting another drop again on this GBP AUD. So that is why I said if in case this drop does not happen, then there would not be a much movement for this GBP AUD for this week. Possibly a little bit of a bullish move, except once it and if there will be a good amount of movement this week, then we expect this price to drop further. GBP AUD, I'm still expecting this price to actually reject at this level, right? So I'm still watching out for this level. And if price manages to break above it, well, fine, there's no problem. But I personally don't think it will happen, because when you take a look at just GBP JPY, so that this GBP JPY too will be dropping right anytime. So this GBP AUD, by the way, so this GBP AUD, we should be expecting a major kind of good amount of rejection at this level. So GBP JPY, expect price to reject there. So daily time frame, so we can still see it like I told you guys. We see price has come to this level, so you can consider this as a resistance and support level, right? We can take this as a resistance. Price rejected, to this resistance dropped. We saw price get to this resistance, we saw it rejected. We also saw it came to this resistance. It's at this resistance, so you should be expecting a rejection. So this GBP AUD, be expecting a drop this week on this GBP AUD. Now let's see what this 4-hour time frame says. Though the 4-hour time frame is still bullish, once the 4-hour time frame bullish move is over, then you can short this movement. So you should possibly wait to be able to short this movement. You would want to wait for multiple confirmation, like on the 30-minute time frame. When you see multiple break or structure downward, maybe you are seeing lower lows and lower highs on the 30-minute time frame, then maybe that would be a good opportunity to short. If not, you might just want to see how this price will play out. So we can see price, if price can eventually drop further down, give us a pullback, drops again and breaks these lows, then that would be an indication that GBP AUD is now on a bearish move. Then we might jump on it. So GBP AUD, we should be expecting a bearish move. When you take a look at this GBP New Zealand dollar, now let's start from this monthly time frame. So we would want to analyze this movement's key levels. We would highlight these levels up as a resistance. We would now take this level down as our support level. So you can see once price comes to our resistance level, we tend to see it drop to our support level. We saw price rejected on these levels here. You can see all these rejections on all these levels. can see price rejecting all these levels here as our resistance. Then price came to our support level. We see it's rejecting our support level, all these levels here. We can see price rejecting support and resistance level. So monthly time frame, this market is ranging. I think this movement started early in 2017, so market has been ranging. So now that this price has now let's say now that this price has now come to this resistance level, what do you expect it to make again? We expect this GBP New Zealand dollar, right, to actually drop down to this support level. So this New Zealand GBP New Zealand dollar, you expect it to just further down to hit our support level. So GBP New Zealand dollars on a monthly time frame, we are expecting a bearish move. And coupled with the fact that New Zealand dollar itself is bullish, right? So I mean, it makes sense. Now, when you take a look at this weekly time frame, so you can see this movement like this on the weekly time frame as a loss. You would not consider this as a correction, right? You will take this as a loss. Then you can consider this as a correction on GBP New Zealand dollar. Guess what again? A new loss needs to be made. So you can see that this price has broken this previous loss a little bit. So we expect a further drop on GBP New Zealand. So this week that just finished, right? We actually opened and closed bearish. So you can see this movement here. We actually made about 200 pips on GBP New Zealand dollar, right? Price gave us a bearish move. Price has dropped. So I mean, it's not a surprise. So we still expect price to actually drop further, right, this week. One of the reasons we can see is that, we can see on your New Zealand dollar pairs, it is giving us a bullish move. When you see New Zealand to Swiss franc, New Zealand dollar to Swiss franc, bullish. When you see New Zealand dollar to USD, bullish. When you see New Zealand to dollar to CAD, you see bullish. When you take a look at odd New Zealand, you see that odd is dropping against New Zealand dollar. So that is to tell you that there's a bullish momentum on New Zealand dollar. So be expecting a bearish move on this GBP to New Zealand. So New Zealand dollar will go bullish while this GBP to it should drop. So this week we expect a bearish move. We can also see that this price has broken above below this 10 period moving average. So this price is below this 10 period moving average. Still an indication that we are to short on this GBP New Zealand dollar. So now let's see what this daily time frame says. Though the price is ranging with it. Do you want to range with it? Fine. If you want, no problem about that. So I would see this as a drop because I'm seeing a good amount of bullish move on New Zealand this week. So let's see this as a correction. We will consider this as a drop again. So let's see price possibly this week. We expect price to actually break this lows, which I strongly believe will happen. So this week we expect this price. So to enter this trade, you just have to wait for confirmation, right? Once this price can break this previous lows, you can see this previous lows here. This is the previous lows. Once the new lows has been made that broke this previous lows, that will be a confirmation that we are to sell on GBP New Zealand dollar. Then you can go ahead to sell on GBP New Zealand dollar. So now let's see what this 4-hour time frame says. So clearly you can see this 4-hour time frame. You can see a lower lows. You can see lower highs. You can see lower lows, lower highs. Price broke this level, a pullback was made. We should continue to drop, right? Which I strongly believe will happen. Now that should take us to our next one, which is GBP CAD. So we can see this GBP CAD, we are on a bullish move. And one of the reasons why we are on a bullish move on GBP CAD is that we are seeing a massive drop on CAD PS, right? When you take a look at CAD JPY, you see that there's a bearish move, right? Once you take what other card pairs, I think I traded one card pair again, which was kind of like bearish. A card Swiss franc, yes, card Swiss franc. You can, if you take a look at the pair, you see card Swiss franc is bearish, right? Is dropping against our Swiss franc. Once you take a look at our euros card also, you see that card is bearish against our euro. I mean, the euro is giving us that bullish move. Card is dropping. Once you take a look at card JPY, card to JPY is actually dropping. So once you take a look at this USD to card, you also see that there's kind of like a bullish move against the card. One of the reasons that there's a fall on card. So it makes sense for us that it makes sense to actually see that this GBP card is actually going bullish. We can also see that this price has gone bullish. It has broken our 10 period moving average. So still an indication we have to go bullish. So I've highlighted this level, guys, right? I told you guys that you should watch out. Let me highlight it properly. Mark it here. So we should watch out for a level of 1.67347. So let's just say a level of 1.67. So as at now, GBP card is trading at 1.65. So we would expect this price to push further up before we can see possibly a made any good amount of pullback on this GBP card. So once we take a look at this movement, prices above this moving average, an indication that we are to go bullish. That is to tell you that we are to go long. So now let's go to the weekly time frame now to better understand this, right? I told you guys last week we should expect a bullish move on JBP card. Take a look at the movement. We actually made about 400 plus bullish move, 400 pips bullish move on GBP card, right? I told you guys. So this week we're still expecting a bullish move further up. So at least a level of 1.67 before we have a pullback, right? So at least from here to this level that I'm predicting for, that is about 200 pips. So be expecting a 200 pips bullish move. Be expecting a 200, at least a 200 pips bullish move on GBP card for this week before possibly a pullback will occur. And maybe price might even go ahead to break above itself. So I mean, since the card is dropping, so do not be surprised if JBP card goes ahead to break above it. But we will be having a reaction at this level. Watch out for this level. Price will possibly react at this level. So from this level we are currently at to the level we are just talked about, which will give us about 200 pips. If you can go bullish and grab about 200 pips for this week, it is still not bad, right? And when you take a look at this moving average, you can see it prices above our moving average. So now let's take a look at this trend. We will see this as an higher highs. We will not take this as an higher lows, a new highs, right? Higher lows. We consider this as a new highs. We will take this as an higher lows. So we expect a new high. So price will actually go further up to take a level of 1.67 before a pullback will occur on GBP card. So weekly time frame, we expect a bullish move before a pullback will occur. And now on this daily time frame, you can clearly see this momentum. You can see it higher highs and higher lows. Price is going bullish, and you can also see that this price is also above moving average. So from the monthly time frame downward to this daily time frame, our price is above our moving average. Even monthly 4 hour time frame, price is above this moving average. So still an indication that we are to still go bullish. So daily time frame, we should expect a bullish move on JBP card. Now let's see what this 4 hour time frame says. You can see it, a pullback has been made on this 4 hour time frame. I think when I do tell you guys that before you actually enter to go long on any PS, wait for a pullback, especially on the 4 hour time frame. Once you get a pullback on the 4 hour time frame, I think it will be a good opportunity to actually go long. So we can see a pullback has been made on this 4 hour time frame. Now you can now go long on this GBP card. So GBP card, we expect to go further up, right, for this week. So monthly time frame down to the 4 hour time frame, our price says we have to go long, it says we have to go bullish. And when you take a look at the moving average, also the price is also above the moving average, so we have to still go long. Now the last one we will take a look at for the week is GBP Swiss franc. So we will see we will see a bullish move. Let me analyze it from the weekly time frame. It is more visible, right? So it is more understandable. So about last week, I told you guys that JBP Swiss franc, we should be expecting a bullish move. Guess what? We've actually gotten this bullish move here. We see it here. Price has given us that bullish move. So is this bullish move over? Well, I don't think so. We still want to see it actually come up again and possibly take out this high level, right? This high. So we want to sit, and even once it gets to this level, we might even break above it or a rejection might occur. But let's see how the price will play out. So I'm going to update you guys on the week as the price continues to play out. I'll tell you either to sell it or to buy. So just subscribe if you've not. So once you take a look at this GBP card, you'll see the moving average. This price is above our moving average. So that is to tell you that GBP Swiss franc, guys, still go bullish, expect a bullish move. Now that this price is above our moving average, an indication that this price is going bullish, we have to go bullish. So last 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks ago, we actually opened and closed bearish. 2 weeks ago, we actually opened and closed bearish. Last week, we actually opened and closed. Sorry, 3 weeks ago, we actually opened and closed bullish. Sorry, 2 weeks ago, we opened and closed bullish. This week that just finished, we open and close bullish. So let's see what this movement for this week actually says, because I think price will actually open and close bullish, thereby breaking this ice. So I'm expecting this ice to be broken this week. So I will now see this as ice. Here would now be considered as a correction, and a new ice needs to be formed that will break this previous ice. So GBP Swiss franc on the weekly time frame bullish. So we can see it on this daily time frame, right? We can see this price is going up. So I believe price will actually come to tap this ice, right? Once this price can tap this ice, we should expect a pullback to be made. And then again, we will continue that bullish move. So we will now see this as an ice here. We will now take this as a correction. a new ice needs to be made that will take out this ice. So you see that price has reacted to this level previously. So we expect price to actually get to that same level, give us a pullback and continue the bullish move. And when you even take a look at the full trend, you will know that this is a bullish move, coupled with the fact that this price is still above our 10 period moving average. So as long as it is still above the moving average, I'm still considering this JBP Swiss franc as a bullish move. Now let's take a look at the one for 4 hour time frame, right? So a pullback has been made on the 4 hour time frame, guys. So this is now an indication that we are to now go long on this JBP Swiss franc. So now we are seeing this we take this as an ice, we take this as a correction, right? We will also take this as an ice. Now a correction has been made on this JBP Swiss franc. Now it is now time for us to actually go and short, to go and go long on JBP Swiss franc. So JBP Swiss franc on the 4 hour time frame go bullish. And you can also still see it. Price is still above our 10 period moving average on the 4 hour time frame. So JBP Swiss franc expects a bullish move this week.